Okay.
Just
Right, okay, well, we might as well just get right into it. So, what we are going to do is... Where are the files? Pre-show prep is very useful. Should have done this before. Right, so...
well, when you're a celebrity, you can make these types of mistakes.
Yes, well,
What I
aren't we
hear, right?
supposed to have assistants to do all of this?
Yeah, where is the comrade? Is
Yeah,
she left us hanging yet again?
again.
Hmm.
Right, so I'll do it this side because it's quicker and easier. Right, so we got as far as Shannon's made his text, and it's all UV mapped. It's just that the texture is not showing at the moment because the version of the file that I've got doesn't have the texture that he was using, because we converted them to images. So when you load in an object or a project that doesn't have, or well, it has missing images, it'll make the mesh look pink, which I suppose is quite appropriate for the word that we're using. But what we're going to do next is join all of these together into a single unified mesh. And then what we'll do is load up the furniture file. We'll bring in the Valentine's project using the append feature, and then we'll create a basic furniture item. We'll have to do a couple of modifications to the mesh as we bring it in, because it will be tiny relative to the scale of the IMVU starter file. And then once we've done that, we can just export it to FBX and get it into IMVU. Just reading comments. No, it looks like we... Whoa, Polly's in. Hiya, Polly. Haven't seen you for a while. So once we've done that, then export it, and we'll throw in a couple of seating poses, and then that will essentially be the thing done and ready for the next step of the contest. We're umming and ahhing about adding custom poses though, because the Valentine's, the Halloween contest had somebody create a custom pose for it. So we want to encourage that for those that can create custom poses. So we're going to use some defaults. We're just going to use some defaults so that there are seating places or placeholders, and then people can do what they want. Right, so screen sharing time.
Is it time?
Yep.
All right. Let me pull it up. All right, here we are.
Ah. Keeps going full screen on me automatically. Right, so what we're seeing on screen now is Shannon's... are you using a different laptop this time?
No, but I did move. I have been moving it around, trying to center it, in case that's what you're
No,
noticing.
your buttons look absolutely huge for some reason.
Oh, I may have maximized my screen.
Oh, all right, okay. Right, okay, so we've got everything set up. We've got the objects. What we might need to do actually is reposition. We might need to reposition. I'll just point this out on stream, but we've got a central axis, this red line and this green line, and that point where they intersect is grid center. So what we will do is, once we've joined everything together, we'll reposition the objects so that they are more or less centered on the grid. And this helps with furniture items, which means that making sure that when somebody loads the object into IMVU, it appears where they're expecting it to appear. Right, so first things first, go down into the View menu and select View Persp Ortho. And that switches us into proper 3D. Right, next, select everything. So press the A key. And again, yep. And then shift right click any one of the letters. It doesn't matter which. Oh no need. I've just noticed one of the hearts is already the active element. Can you see how the heart bottom right, well, middle bottom right, is highlighted, outlined, a slightly different color? That's the active object. So when we do the next step, that will become the focus point. Right, so yeah, that one.
Okay.
Right, so from the object menu, to the left of that, that's it. You might have to scroll up, so go all the way up to the top and then scroll with your middle mouse button or use the up arrow key.
Oops. Let me try that again.
There you go. Click join.
Ah, now they're all the same outline color.
Yeah, now they're all the same because we've now joined everything into a single object. Right, so from the View menu, click View Persp Ortho, and then go back into the View menu again, and then Front. Right, you might need to scroll out a little bit so that we can see the grid center. Right, so can you see where the blue line and the red line intersect?
Right there? Or are you talking about over here in the bottom left?
No, where your mouse is, there's a blue line that goes top to bottom of the screen, and then there's a red line that goes left to right.
Ah, right here.
Yeah. Where they intersect, that's the grid center, or the center of the object, or the center of the world. We need to reposition. We need to reposition the object so that it's more or less centered on that point, so that the bottom of its vertical position remains the same, which is its up and down position. So the bottom of the letters, the LOVE, they remain where they are, but all we do is move the object to to screen right, so that we center it on the grid.
Okay.
Right, so go back into the View menu, and Front again. Right, and left click the red handle, left click drag the red handle of the widget. You can see the blue and red handles in the middle of that clump of hearts. Yep, left click drag that to the right.
Keep going, or?
Yep, keep going, stop.
Okay.
Scroll out a little bit.
How's that?
Yeah, that looks okay. That'll do.
Okay.
Yes, that'll do. Right, okay, save a version of the file.
Saved.
Right, just seeing if there's anything in the chat. Yeah, jack mesh, yes, more or less to where the V is. You don't have to be exact. The position of the object is just relative to the expectations that someone might have when they drop a new item, when they drop the furniture item into the scene. Right, so that's saved. On the right, object properties, that's the square button up top on the right.
Oh, up top.
Yeah, on the
Up
right,
top.
the panel on the right, that's it. That's the one. Click that.
Okay, click it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in the text input field that you can see that says text.009, left click and type love.mesh.
Love.mesh.
Yeah. So that's
Almost
love.
sounds like a website. Love.mesh. For all your meshing needs. Bum.
Just save over the file that you create, the version of the file that you just created. We don't need to save a new version for this.
So love.mesh, do I hit enter for this?
Yes.
And then
yes,
you want
sorry,
me to save it?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to save it just as a previous one. Then it sounds like 25. Okay, done.
Right. Now, do you have the furniture template file to hand?
I don't know. I guess I'll find out.
That's
maybe
it's furniture brackets nodes dot blend.
I don't know if I have that. Is there a way to? Should I search in Blender for it or?
No. I'll send it to you.
Okay. All right. I'll just check my email then.
Okay, sending. Need incidental music again. I was looking at that today.
I got my iPhone here. I could play something if we want. Really.
Is it royalty free?
No, it's songs I bought that are on my iPhone, right? But yeah, probably not. We'll just hum badly, maybe, or not.
Yeah, so stream might be a bit iffy whilst the file is sending.
Okay.
It's still sending.
Stream being your Twitch stream.
Yes. Yeah. And it's still sending. It's not that large a file, it's just because we're doing the... right, it's gone.
And you have hamsters working your internet?
Yes, yes.
Little wheel
as,
thing?
yeah, don't quite have Polly's potato internet.
With your high-powered desktop over there?
Yes.
Or is it a laptop?
My i3 scream at you.
Back when they made real materials that were super heavy, so people could steal them. All right, I'm going to download this. I presume I'm going to download this into Blender, or it doesn't matter if I put it
well,
into
if you just save it somewhere on your desktop so that you have access to it, or you know, in a folder location or wherever you're saving this project stuff.
Okay. All right. So it's downloading.
All right.
Done. All right, back to it.
Right. So if you you can literally just select the file in Windows Explorer or File Explorer or whatever it is that it's called, and just drag and drop it into Blender, and it'll open.
Okay. Let me stop sharing for a moment.
Yeah.
And then I'll fool around with that. I'm going to stop sharing now.
Yep.
And you can entertain our listeners with your sparkling wit and conversation while I fumble around with this.
2 men walked into a bar. Ow.
Bum.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, we may need to work on our jokes, but
Yeah.
they're a captive
That's why I
audience.
never became a comedian.
So, yeah, they're a captive audience. There's only so much they can do.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Potato Internet is now active, so...
Is that Polly?
No.
She's got her internet working?
Well, it looks
Or
like...
are you talking about your potato?
Twitch is Potato Internet.
Okay, I just pulled furniture nodes in and got the pumpkin patch thing. I don't think that's the right one.
No, that's not the right one. You want furniture brackets nodes close brackets dot blend.
Is there a way to undo this? Just like file undo when I put that in?
You don't need to. You don't need to.
Right.
It'll
It doesn't matter? Okay.
No, when you drop the file in, it'll automatically open.
Okay, got it. All right.
Ooh, there is a massive delay between. Holy potatoes! Yes, it is Potato Internet for Twitch. There is a big delay between.
Really?
Yeah. It's still showing your desktop, and we've been talking for about 2 minutes.
Showing my
before you stop sharing.
Oh, it's still showing the Blender thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I stopped that about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So it just stalled up and
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that troll music? Trollolol.
Troll. Hey, does this one have the box and the avatar sitting and the avatar standing? The
Yes,
female
yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you should see. The green and white box.
All right, let me start sharing again. Give me a moment here. All right, sharing. Might take a moment for it to show up with the...
Right, so there we go. Yeah, Twitch is... Oh, that is super duper laggy. It's still showing.
Oh, wow. It's almost like you need to refresh your browser page or something, I wonder.
Wow. Hang on. Unless it's stuck. Can it be stuck? I've never heard
It
of
could
it
be.
being
Which is
stuck
why
before.
yeah, that's why I was thinking refresh the browser if it's taking too long, just to see if it resets everything. But
Asking chat. Oh, the node set. Okay, that's weird.
Did you say the nodes were stuck?
Yeah, no, the hot rods just said that they can see. Well, they can see the node, so it must be the Twitch broadcasting thing.
Okay.
That's. Hang on, let me just try refreshing the page. Shouldn't do this whilst we're broke, but oh no, hang on, I know what I can do. I just need to double check that it's actually. Oh no, it's Twitch. It hasn't updated it. Right, okay. Right, so we've got the furniture node. This is the basic starter file or template file for furniture. Generally speaking, you want to try and start from this so that everything is the correct size. But if you don't, what you need to do is what we're about to do next. So, if you go into the File menu, top left, and click on Append, which is about 2/3 of the way down. That's it. Click on that. This gives us a file browser. So you need to browse to wherever the version of the file is that we were working on. So,
the latest.
yes.
The latest one. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me stop sharing here. I'm gonna have to go through some things. I have many folders in the downloads, so let me just find the file.
Yeah, no, Hot Rod. I think it's just the what do they call it? It's the Twitch broadcast screen, the thing where all the gubbins behind the scene, all the shenanigans occur behind the scenes. It's not updating itself properly, but that's okay because it looks like you are able to see, or you are seeing, the actual thing. So that's good. We're just waiting for Shannon to locate the file that we were just working on.
Found it. Now I'm just getting back to sharing screen. All right. How's that?
There we go. Right, so make a note of where that is.
Okay, so I have the note now.
Right, so that's downloads, Amazing Pumpkin Patch, blah, 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 etc., etc. Right, so what you need to do is open the furniture starter file that you just had open.
Furniture starter file. Oh, you mean pull it back in? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
You should be able to just go from the File menu, reopen last, open recent, and it should be listed there.
Here we go. That should do it. There we go.
Yeah. Right, so from the File menu again, Append, and then browse to the folder location that you had the Valentine saved to. So that's If you, is it in? Do you know if it's in Documents? Just click on the Documents folder that you see on the left there, just above your mouse.
This is weird. It should be in here
Okay,
because this is where I
so
put it.
cancel out of that then. Button on the right, top right. Just cancel. That's it.
Okay, that's weird.
Right, so go back into the File menu.
Yeah.
Open.
I just opened recent.
Yeah, open Recent and load in the Amazing Valentine's Mesh 25.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, and looking at the top, that should be in your Downloads folder, which is your common Downloads folder. So if you, I mean, obviously not on screen, but if you look through Windows Explorer or File Explorer, depending on what version of Windows you've got, you should be able to locate the folder, the file in your Downloads public, well, not your public folder, but your Downloads folder.
So what file am I looking for? 'Cause the furniture?
No.
What?
What you need to do is make a note of the file path to the file that we have open right now.
Ah, okay. All right, so got it. Okay.
So it's in Downloads, Amazing Pumpkin Patch.
Right. Okay. So
Blah,
you
blah.
want me to go in there and open it up? Is the idea?
No. We need you to know you need to note the file location, because when we have the starter file open, you're going to append this file that we're looking at right now into the starter file. But you can't do that unless you know where what we're looking at, the file that we've got open right now. You can't do that if you don't know where that file is, and that's what we're trying to do. So if you go,
I know where it is now. It's putting it in a different location from the default when I open it up, but I know where it is now. Basically where we did our previous one.
Right. So if you go into the File menu now, top left, yeah, and then just open Recent, and then open the Furniture brackets Nodes file. Now go into the File menu again. Append.
Oh, I see what. Okay, I get what we're doing.
Now you should have.
Right. Gonna have to stop sharing again.
Whoops.
Yeah. Okay. And then append from library is the idea?
Yes. But you need to browse. You need to browse to the Valentine's folder, the Valentine's project. So you have to find that file on your system wherever you've saved it.
Okay.
It should be in your Downloads.
All right. So I clicked it, and it should it have loaded in?
No.
Looked like I got an error.
Screen share.
Oh, sorry. Boom. Okay. Sharing the screen.
Right. That's okay. That's the furniture starter file which we need. So from the file menu, append. And here you need to select the file that's got the love mesh in, the Valentine's mesh.
Oh. Okay, I see what's going on here. All right, so I'm gonna have to stop sharing, and I'm just gonna move the file over to Blender since it keeps defaulting to Blender. Because I have some internal stuff that shouldn't show when I go to download.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yes. So drop it into the Blender folder. Downloads Blender. Yeah, that's fine.
I need to. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. I'll just drop it into the Blender here. I don't need to. Just explaining the delay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Wink, wink. Yes. So this would be a good time for you to tell some more jokes.
I don't know any jokes.
You don't?
No.
Um, I got a crappy joke for you.
Go on.
Oh, real quick here. Interesting. Okay, this is real quick about the Valentine's mesh. It's a dot blend, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take this too. Duck walks into a bar, says to the bartender, "Got any grapes?" The bartender says no. Next day, Duck walks into the bar again, says, "Got any grapes?" And the bartender says no. Third day, Duck walks into the bar and says to the bartender, "Got any grapes?" And at this point, the bartender is getting pretty irritated. He says, "No, you ask me again, I'm gonna nail your feet to the wall." Fourth day, Duck walks into the bar and says, "Got any nails?" Bartender says no. Duck says, "Got any grapes?" Yeah, it's a silly joke, a little amusing.
Yeah. That's funny.
Somebody else typing a joke in the text
No,
now?
I don't know. I'm not sure we should encourage people to type jokes.
If you thought better of it, you're like, no.
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
Liana, to answer Liana's question whilst you're sorting out the file, either or. If you know what you're doing with Blender, basically either or. It doesn't really matter because you know how to append. But the point about the furniture starter file, which we've got on screen now, is that everything is. It's not just the objects that are needed for a standard furniture item. They're also scaled to the size that you need. So if you use this as your project basis from which you start, you are going to be meshing and modeling in the correct size or scale relative to what's needed for export to IMVU. If you don't do that, if you start with just a blank Blender file, you will have to append that into the starter file to make sure that everything is correctly sized. Otherwise, you're just going to be going backwards and forwards, constantly changing the size of things, or checking the size of things, I should say. And that would mean exporting, when we get to the export FBX stuff, where you can set the scale, it means you're constantly having to test the scale values that you use to make sure that the objects are the right size. But as the starter file has everything that you need, you might as well just open this as your starting point and work from that.
How do I refresh this page? Or can I? Right here, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So it should be in here now, number 25.
Yes, there it is. Amazing Valentines. Right. So what you've done is you've just basically opened the contents of the file. Whilst we're in this mode, it acts like a zip file. So you're essentially looking at a zip file, not a 3D mesh. So you've got a load of folders there. If you click on the one that says object, right, and that's our mesh. So left click that.
Okay.
And then append from library. Yes, that's it. Left click. It is in the scene, but it's tiny.
It's right here?
Yep. It's where the 3D widget is showing.
Okay.
So press the S key and just move your mouse away from that area and scale up. And you can keep going downwards.
Oh, downwards? Okay. Am I going the right way? The screen's... I gotta...
Okay, right click to deselect. Just right click to reset. Press the S key.
I think I need to go out.
No, don't do anything. Just press the S key and type 100.
Enter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Press the S key again and type 500.
Oh, there we go.
So scale out, zoom out so that we can see the whole. Yeah, so that's absolutely huge. Did you type 500 or 5,000?
Well, they're all 500 right now. X, Y, and Z.
Right, okay. Change those, left click and type, let's say 100, and try in 100 again. 100. Enter.
Okay.
And again for the X and for the Y and Z, or Y and Z.
All right. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that sort of fits in the
Yeah,
screen
that's
almost.
big. Okay, so do it at 10 times then.
At 10?
Yeah,
Okay.
so left click each of those and type 10.
Okay.
That's better.
Now they're like the avatars, yeah.
Right, so from the view menu, a quick way to avoid using the mouse and stuff is just to go into the view menu and just select view selected at the top there. And then you are focused on that object, but you can zoom in and out a little bit if you need to. Right, so save this file, but save a version of that's related to the Valentine's project. So save as, and then Valentine's 26, I guess it'll be.
Okay. Okay. I'm just spinning it around looking.
Right, so we've got something here that we need to take care of. You need to move across the images that you saved before. You need to drop those into the same folder, into the Blender folder as well.
Are we talking about the furniture images?
No, the images, the bitmaps that we saved the last time, Tuesday. Do you remember that we saved the images when we were?
Oh.
Yeah, so you need to move those into the Blender.
Yeah, there were 4 of those, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, there's hang on, is there 4? 1, 2, 3, 4.
One
Yes,
for each
there's
letter?
4. Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me hunt around with that while you tell some more amazing jokes.
Yeah. That's not going to happen. Don't know jokes.
Jokes aren't your thing. Got it.
No.
You're like, no.
No. We don't do jokes.
Oh, all right. I guess we all have our answer there.
Yeah. I'm just checking chat whilst you're doing that. Yes, so Hot Rod and Liana, yes. I mean, if you're starting using Blender's default file, you're going to have to do some resizing and checking anyway, so there's no way around it really, because even if you think you are meshing at the size that's correct for export, you won't know exactly unless you do some export import tests, and depending on the size of the object. I mean, particularly if you're trying to make something that's supposed to be specific to the avatars. So if it's a couch, for instance, the only way really that you're going to guarantee that you're the right size is just to append the mesh into the furniture starter file and use the bits that you can see on screen as your target points, if you like, for making sure everything's the right size. Yes, I mean, if you import SketchUp to Blender, I think it's even smaller.
Ready.
Right, so did we save this file, didn't we? we save this file. So if you just go into, you might need to go full screen again so that we can see the entire. There we go. Go into File menu, and then try Open Recent again. So Open Recent, and then load the file that we're just working on, which is 26.
Okay.
There we go. So it's automatically loaded in the images now.
Oh, they are. Okay, cool.
Right. So next thing is object mode. Not object mode, sorry, object menu. And can you see about a third of the way up is apply? That's it.
Okay.
You want rotation and scale. Up top, that's it.
Okay.
There we go. Right, what we need to do now is position the text, so that it sits more or less where the green and white cube is at the moment. So if you maneuver the scene around so that you can left click drag the green handle of the widget.
Oh, this one here in the back?
Yeah. So if you left click drag that and bring the mesh forward a little bit so that it occupies the same area, well, it occupies the position of the green and white box.
Oh, okay. So I need to push it towards the box.
Yes.
Got it. Like
So
about
left
that?
click, yeah, left click, push. That's it.
Keep going or keep
That's
it there?
it. No, that's fine. Perfect.
Okay. All right.
Right. So next, left click, not left click. So we've got the mesh collected. Shift right click the wireframe cube that you can see poking out underneath the green and white cube.
Here, you're talking about the greenish?
The wireframe, not the cube itself.
Whitish thing here. Yeah, the whitish thing here?
No, the black wireframe.
Oh, you're talking about over here. Are these the black wireframes?
No, the one that's directly below the green and white cube that you were just.
Oh, okay, I see it. Should I click on one of the lines or to
no,
get it?
So you shift right click the love mesh and then shift right click the wireframe, the outline. It doesn't matter where you click it; it will select. That's it.
Okay.
Then object menu. Parent, that's up towards the top there. Object, and then object keep transform.
Okay.
Right, so if you now right click that wireframe cube, the wireframe.
I just clicked it, didn't I?
No, that you click the mesh cube. The wireframe cube is the one that you had selected.
Oh, okay. Let me try that again.
That's it.
How's that?
Now, if you press the G key and just move the mouse, all of that moves as a group, which is good. That means everything's linked up properly. So right click just to reset.
All right.
So let's just test this. We're going to export this as FBX as it is now and test it as an object to make sure that everything looks the way that we're expecting it to. So right click the love mesh.
Okay.
And then shift right click the wireframe cube again. That's it. And then from the file menu, select export down at the bottom, FBX. That's it. Here, directly under on the left hand side there, you've got all the FBX export properties. You want to activate selected objects. Click the geometry button. That's up top. The one that's to the right of main. the one that's selected, the one that's showing blue at the moment. Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
Geometries.
Okay.
Deselect the bottom one of those two. The use modifiers render setting. Deselect that. Click on armatures, the next button along.
Okay.
Deselect add leaf bones. Click on animation. Leave all of those, that's fine. Click main again. And then we're okay with the file name, that's fine. So top right, click export FBX. Right, so now you have to log into IMVU.
Oh, I'm going to go to my creator thing and load it up.
Oh yes, so you'll have to screen share IMVU as well. So I'm not quite sure how you've got yourself set up for that.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I'll keep the screen up and load client here. Feel free to tell more jokes is needed. Am I going to create?
Well, just load up IMVU. We can go through that on screen.
Oh, okay. Then let me share a new one. All right, so I have to stop sharing. Well, stop sharing and then click it again. So
yeah, so you have to switch depending on what it is that you do. Yeah.
Let's see. So I can go into create already, right? Load that up at least.
No, well, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, it's if we can go through that on screen, that's fine.
Okay, let me make sure I got this then.
I mean, obviously the thing is, obviously just logging in. Don't necessarily want to show you logging in the login screen.
Right, I already logged in, so. Just double checking this. Making sure there's nothing too private. Don't care if you guys see my credits.
Well.
Boom. All right. Going to create.
Right, so yeah, so we're in IMVU now. So create mode. Yep, so click on that. And then we want derive new product. Select furniture. And then furniture. So that loads in the chair. Click OK.
Or go?
Yep. Oh, go, sorry. So that's the default object that we're going to derive from. So in the menu bits, top right, click on the FBX import tab. Up.
The FBX import tab right there.
That's it, yeah. Then click on load FBX. And now you need to browse to, so you might not want to show this on screen depending on what it is that you're browsing to.
Secrets. Okay, so I'm loading up the thing we just.
Yeah, so we're at basically
like 26.
Yeah, so for you, just I guess select the FBX file and load it, but don't do anything else. Or open it. I think the word is in the button.
Okay, I opened it. Now it's back into client.
Yeah, so screen share.
This is kind of funny.
Yeah, so we have to do this because obviously they're using both Shannon and Laura use work machines, which have top secret, super secret,
I wouldn't go that far.
world-changing files.
Yes, just, things like that. All right, I'm back on client.
Right. So because it's a very simple product, all that's happened is that it's brought in the FBX data, which is all the stuff that's shown on the right-hand side there. So we've got the mesh and we've got the materials. So in the mesh section, change the mesh ID. In the properties where we are, in the FBX import properties.
Oh, okay.
We've got 3 sections. We've got the upper section where you've got apply scale. Then below that we've got a mesh section, and then below that we've got a materials selection section. So in the mesh section, change the ID to 0. So left click in the input box, text input box.
Oh, okay.
Where it says mesh ID. That's it.
What is it going to be again?
0.
0. Okay.
Materials, those are okay. So in the apply scale box up top there, input box that says 1.0, select that or delete that and type 0.01.
0.01.
Yeah, and then click the import button below the text input thing that you just.
Okay.
That's okay. That's giving us a warning telling us that we're going to override some of the defaults. And then to make it visible, click the Apply Changes button.
There we go.
And there we are. So just save this so that you have a version of this in the client. So click the little triangle thing. You can either save the project or give it a manual file name, and you have to do that by clicking the black triangle, and it'll give you the Save As dialog. And then just click that, and it'll save it to your IMVU projects folder.
Called Valentine's 26 or Amazing Valentine's 26. Okay.
Yeah. Right, so let's return back to IMVU, to Blender, sorry. So minimize out of that, I guess, and then
I'll have to stop sharing and go back. And I'm almost out of time, by the way.
Are you? Okay,
yes.
So well, we've got this far at least anyway, so that's okay.
All right, stopping sharing now.
So when you say almost out of time, what, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
I could do another 10 minutes since the meeting's been a little delayed, but yeah. All right, back to Blender and sharing.
That's weird. When you share IMVU, Zoom goes full screen automatically, but when you share Blender, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
so,
Blender, Zoom's probably made for sharing screens and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Right. So what we're going to do, as we're a bit short on time, is just get you to set up one seat node.
Okay.
So what you need to do is where the avatar dummy is, there's another wireframe cube directly underneath where he's sitting.
This one here?
Hang on.
That's true.
Well, if you right click it, yeah, so that one. That's the seat node that essentially controls the position of the avatar. If you press the G key now,
okay,
you'll get a whole group of stuff moving with it. So if you move the mouse, everything, there's a whole group of things. So right click just to reset.
Mm-hmm.
Right, where's the widget gone? Right. So on your keyboard, press the comma key.
The comma key?
Comma.
Or the apostrophe?
Well, no, the one that's to the left of the full stop.
All right, I pressed the comma key.
Oh, you're using a US keyboard, aren't you? So it might be slightly different. Okay.
Oh, wait. I think I know what you're talking about. This one. Is that it? Because I saw
No.
something highlight in Blender.
No, something happened there. I'm not quite sure what went on there. So if you just do Control Z.
Okay. Looks like it cloned it.
Yeah, that was weird. Not to worry.
Oh, is it by the enter, you said?
Sorry?
You said it's by the enter button?
No.
I have a lot of commas on my keyboard, so there's like 3 choices.
Oh,
more
right.
Or less.
Not to worry. To the right of the Object Edit Mode selector, you've got that Texture Properties button. To the right of that, there's another button, and it looks like it's got a little target on it right now. So if you click that and select Active Element at the top of the list there. Right, so we've got that changes the widget, the 3D widget, to focus on the selected objects. Right, so use the left-click drag the widget handles and position that seat somewhere on that text. So it looks like the avatar is sitting on the text somewhere. It doesn't matter where you put it, but just left-click drag each of the handles and position that node. Everything else will follow, so you don't need to click anything else, just use that node.
Okay. So I just moved it
so move it so that he is sitting on the letters. Any one of the letters, it doesn't matter which one.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. Right. Okay, hold on. Put them up a little. Just getting close. Looks like he's on it.
I know, Polly. I'm not even going. I'm not going there. I'm just not going there with that. Right. So that's yeah. So just make sure that you position it so that the avatar sits a little forward, because you have to remember that the pose or some of the poses that the avatar goes into, its legs kick backwards, which mean that it would intersect the mesh where it's currently positioned. So if you left click drag the green handle forward, bring it forward a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that's fine. That'll do. Just save a version of the file so we've got one.
This will be 26 or 27. Okay, saved.
Right. So what we next need to do is each of the nodes, those wireframe the cubes, we need to parent those to the root node, which was the wireframe cube that was parented to the love mesh. We need to parent all of those together. So if you, it might be worth just doing it one at a time. So as we've got the seat node selected, shift right click the wireframe cube that's under the green and white box.
That one?
No, underneath the green and white box that you clicked before.
Okay. Let me Control Z out of that.
That's fine actually. That's okay if you've got that selected. And then
the green over here.
Yes.
Okay. Shift right click. Okay.
That's it. And then from the object menu, parent, object cube transform. That's
Okay.
fine. So right click the cube that you can see that's at the front of the screen there. The
Here?
wireframe. Yep. So right click that one.
Wait, are we talking about this or back here?
Yeah, no, the one that you've got your mouse over right now.
Okay, that's what I thought. Right click. Okay.
No, not that one. Sorry, there's a delay again.
Ah,
The wireframe, if you stop moving the screen,
okay.
let it catch up. Right, so that wireframe cube that's in the bottom left corner. Well, bottom left-ish.
Bottom left
Yeah,
corner.
it says
From
picture.
where I'm at.
It says picture 01.sitting.
Okay, wait. This is. Are we looking at the image or are we going off? Because it sounds like we're going off over here.
No,
Yes.
of the 3D view,
Yeah.
on the left-hand side of the actual 3D view that you are looking at, where all your project is, towards the bottom left corner, you've got a wireframe cube that would. Yes, so right-click that cube where your mouse is now.
All right. Let me just make sure I'm in the right spot since we got delayed. I'm going to leave it where it is right now.
Yep, so that's fine. Right-click now.
Okay, I'm right clicking. I don't see anything happening. Are we delayed maybe? Or...
No, where your mouse was, you were hovering the mouse over the actual cube that we need you to click.
Okay. Are you talking about this cube? Which is in front of the sitting avatar by about...
Waiting for your thing to catch up again.
Ah, okay.
And it's still.
Okay, that explains confusion because I was like, what, this, yes, that. Oh,
Right,
nope,
so
nope.
now it's caught up. So if you haven't moved anything at all, your mouse is over a wireframe cube that's, I guess, about a leg's length away from where the avatar is currently sitting.
Yes.
Yeah, so right-click that.
Okay.
And then shift right-click the wireframe cube that's underneath the green and white cube that you just clicked in the previous action. That's it. And then from the object menu, parent, object, keep transform. That's it.
Okay.
And then there's one final cube that you need to select that's at the avatar's belly.
The sitting avatar or the standing avatar?
Sitting avatar.
Oh, I see. Shift right click it?
No, just right click. Right click again.
There we go.
That's it. Now shift right click the cube, the big cube under the green and white box.
No, I didn't get it. Let me
So
try
right click the cube at the avatar's belly. Selection order is important for this.
Yeah.
That's it. And then shift right click that wireframe.
How's that?
No, you missed the cube at his belly.
Okay.
Right. Now shift right click.
Yeah, I think I clicked the thing behind it though. So is that okay, or should I Control Z it?
No, it's Control Z doesn't affect selections as such. Click the cube in his belly.
Okay.
And then shift right click the wireframe cube under. So if you right click below the green and white cube, you will avoid clicking it. That's it. Now go into the object menu. Parent, object, keep transform.
Whew.
Right, so what we want to do next is right click the seated dummy, press the H key just to hide it.
Okay.
Right click the green and white cube, press H to hide that. And then what you need to do is shift right click the bits that we need. So that's the cubes that we just parented and the mesh. So select all of those with right click and shift right click. And the one in front and the one that was at his belly.
All right. Did I get everything?
Yeah, don't move anything. Let me just.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, so let's try save the file. Yeah. Right, from the file menu, export, FBX. This should keep the settings that we had previously, but you might want to change the file name. So 28.
Okay. Make it 28. Okay. Export.
So we've got selective objects set. Going to the geometries panel on the left there, where we've got the blue main. Yep, that's okay. Armatures, that's okay. Animations, that's okay. Click on main again. Right, so export.
All right.
Right, so open IMVU again.
Okay. Check here. All right, I'm gonna have to stop sharing the switch, just so you know. Just go back into the editor. And coming on.
Right. Go back into the Create Mode tab. Create a new project, so derive new
product.
Rooms and furniture. Furniture. Go. Then FBX import tab again. Import.
Load FBX, you mean?
Yes, sorry, yeah. Load FBX.
We're going for 28.
28, that's it. Open. Excellent. So change the mesh ID to 0. And the scale to 0.01.
Oh, an O, 0.01. And the
That's
axis?
it. No, don't do any of that. Just click the import button. Okay. And then apply changes. And you should now, if you move the mouse to where you put your seat node, you should have a seat or sitting.
There we go. Oh.
Yep. So there we are.
Nice.
So do a save as.
We'll call this Amazing Valentine's 29, so we remember.
Yep.
Then I'll send that file to you.
Yep.
Too, or.
Yep. No, that's well. No. Oh well. No, I don't know if you can. Well, just send me the Blender file, and then we'll get something sorted out with adding a couple of other poses. But we've at least got you through the initial product test, which is just to get it in as an ordinary furniture item. That just tests to make sure everything's working. And then what we've done is added a pose to that, and you've now gone through the process of adding that and exporting it now out as a furniture item with a seat node.
Great. All right, then. All right, I'm going to stop sharing and
Yep.
start packing it up.
Yeah.